I receive a lot of questions about how to train a Shiba Inu dog. While I'm not a professional dog trainer, I do have a Shiba Inu dog myself. Jimmy is now 2 years old, and he certainly is not the most obedient dog, but he is doing pretty well for a Shiba Inu standard. Today, I'm breaking down the difference between behavior and obedience training. Why is it important? Well, it will help you identify exactly which type of training your dog needs the most. And of course, it always feels good to sound knowledgeable and smart. So let's learn the difference of the behavior and obedience training. Behavior training. Behavior training prevents and corrects any unwanted bad habits your dog develops or already has developed, such as biting furniture, begging food while you're eating, biting carpet, jump on people, basically any behavior that is not allowed in your household. To prevent bad behavior, stop the unwanted behavior right when it starts is critical. For example, if you don't allow your dog to jump on sofa, it is important to stop him right at the moment when he is about to jump, so your dog can connect the dots that jumping on sofa is bad. Consistency and patience is key when it comes to behavior training. Be prepared that you will have to reinforce your house rules many times before you see the results. And likely, behavior training is a lifelong training for your dog that you just have to keep reminding him what is acceptable behavior and what is not. Now, how do we stop the unwanted behavior? To stop unwanted behavior, you can loudly tell your dog no or in a firm and confident way. Shiba Inu is a highly intelligent breed, and while he cannot understand human language, he can pick up cues by your tone or facial expression, so he will know he is in trouble. Another tool to discipline your dog is timeout. Timeout means you place your dog in a closed, confined area, not in his crate because his crate is his home, and we don't want him to associate his home with anything negative. The timeout space can be a bathroom, laundry room, or maybe you have a separate playpen that you can use for timeout. Keep in mind that timeout space is for punishment, so you want to make sure the area is clear of clutter and not too big. It should also be 100% dog proof to make sure there is nothing your dog can do during the 1 to 2 minutes timeout. Due to the fact that your dog is completely blocked out from outside world during timeout, it is sending him a strong message that what he was doing was not acceptable. Do keep in mind, to make timeout effective, you need to catch your dog on the scene, not after, so he knows why he is being punished. Another tool you can use is disengage. Disengage means you disengage everything that is happening and immediately turn your back to your dog. For example, if your dog accidentally bites you during a playtime, you can loudly tell him no, and then turn your back on him for 1 to 2 minutes. If your dog is begging for food while you eat, and your house rule does not allow the begging behavior, you can simply ignore him when he begs. Typically, we won't give him timeout for begging food. Timeout is really for more destructive behavior, like biting furniture or biting our shoes. The other training type is called obedience training. This is where we teach most of our commands, like sit, stay, lay down, and your dog follow those commands.
Leave it. Okay.
For obedience training session, try to keep it fun and short. I recommend for puppy start with 5 to 10 minutes each session, and you should pause if feeling tired or frustrated because your dog will sense all your inner feelings. So take breaks if you start to feel impatient or tired. Obedience training can be run multiple times a day. Try to train your dog when he is a little hungry. If your dog is full, he might lack the motivation to earn that extra treat. Incorporate training sessions right before meal or after each walks will be a good time for obedience training. For my dog Jimmy, I notice he's not very food motivated. So for reward, I have to be creative. Sometimes the reward can be a short playtime, and simply verbally tell him good job will work too.
Shake hands. Good boy. The other hand. The other hand. The other hand. Good job.
Observe your dog's preferences, and based on your dog's preference, adjust the rewards. Give him what he loves to increase the chance for him to follow your command next time. To keep in mind that Shiba Inu is typically not an obedient dog, and he will only follow your command when there is something for him. Understand the nature of their thinking process to build your training strategy around it. Don't get frustrated if he doesn't listen. Instead, think about maybe you should switch to a different reward to keep your dog excited and engaged. Which one is more important, behavior or obedience training? While both skills are important for a well-behaved dog, I see behavior training more important than obedience training. The reason is we want our dog to be able to live with us with little to no supervision in the long term. Eventually, you might consider to let your dog be roaming around freely in the house most of the time. In order for your dog to know what is acceptable and what is not, you need to keep reinforcing your house rules, like no jumping on sofa, no biting furniture, and so on, using the discipline techniques you just learned to give him time out or verbally disengage him when he exhibits bad behavior. Keep in mind that for most destructive behaviors a dog exhibits is out of boredom, especially for a puppy between age of 9 weeks till 6 months is when your Shiba Inu puppy has the most energy, and also it is the critical period for puppy development. Spend extra time with your new puppy during the first 6 months, and you will thank yourself later. With most of the behavior issue, if you catch it early on and practice the right discipline method, your dog should grow up to be a well-balanced and happy dog. Take your puppy for neighborhood walks daily. Provide him plenty of chewing toys, so when he is chewing on your furniture, you can redirect his attention to the toy that is designed for him. You also want to spend some quality time with your new puppy every single day to build a bond with him. For dogs, bonding is built mostly through playtime, and also training is a great way to build your communication with your new best friend. If you have not already, subscribe for weekly Shiba Inu videos. To learn more about how to train a Shiba Inu, check out the video on the screen to learn more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.